Hey everybody, I'm Matt McMann and welcome to my little closet library. Today let's talk discussion starter middle grade books. I'm going to recommend 3 books, each which tells a powerful and engaging story of what it's like to be different. The first is a graphic novel about a black student in a predominantly white private school. The second is about a girl who's nearly deaf. And the third is about a transgender girl struggling to understand and share her identity. All of these books serve as fantastic mirrors and windows, allowing readers to either see themselves reflected on the page or see into the lives of someone with a different life experience. They all create much needed empathy and great opportunities for discussion on these important topics. Number 1, New Kid by Jerry Craft. For 7th grader Jordan, being the new kid at a private school is hard enough. Being one of the only kids of color makes things even worse. Every day, Jordan takes the bus from his Washington Heights neighborhood to the wealthy area of his new school. Between feeling isolated from his old friends in the neighborhood and facing constant microaggressions from white students and faculty in his new school, Jordan doesn't feel like he fits in anywhere. Over the course of the school year, Jordan struggles to fit into his new environment while holding on to his old life. Eventually, he learns to embrace change while remaining true to himself. Racial equality and the Black Lives Matter movement is one of today's most dominant and important social issues. With New Kid, Jerry Craft does a masterful job of putting a relatable face and a lovable heart to a sometimes overwhelming topic. As with all the books in this video, this story is a wonderful mirror and window, allowing kids that deal with the reality of being a racial minority to feel seen and heard, while at the same time helping those in the majority to understand a complex and sometimes distant issue in a new way. Jordan is a well-developed character with an authentic voice, and the graphic novel format is the perfect vehicle for this story. Jerry Craft's words and images are powerful, sometimes conveying deep emotion with just a single picture. I felt challenged and informed reading this story. In 2020, New Kid became the first graphic novel to ever win the coveted Newbery Award for the Best Children's Book of the Year. Jerry Craft also won the Coretta Scott King Author Award and the Kirkus Prize for Young Readers Literature. A relevant and important topic in an engaging and powerful format with a main character that you really root for all make New Kid a great discussion starter book for middle grade readers. Wow, I got wiggly. Sorry, I hit the mic cord. Number 2, DEAFO by Cece Bell. Starting a new school is hard for anyone, but especially for Cece, who's nearly deaf. She's embarrassed by her clunky hearing aid and struggles to fit in. Her classmates either ignore her, make fun of her, or try too hard. But when she discovers that the microphone her teacher wears as part of Cece's hearing aid transmits throughout the entire school, it's like having a superpower. She hears her teacher in the teacher's lounge, in the principal's office, even in the bathroom. This gives her a newfound popularity with the other students. But all Cece really wants is a true friend. DEAFO is a graphic novel memoir of the real-life childhood experiences of author Cece Bell. She really taps into her elementary school-age self here. The thoughts and the feelings, the words and the actions in this first-person narrative are humorously and sometimes painfully authentic. We really feel like we're inside Cece's head and heart as she navigates the challenges of being nearly deaf in a hearing world. This story will help readers with physical challenges really feel seen and understood, as well as encourage empathy and reveal unintentional, harmful behavior often done by people without physical challenges. There's also a universal aspect to Cece's story that will connect with anyone who's ever felt pain over feeling different. And there's a hopeful ending that really gives kids a roadmap of how to take charge of their own story. Author and illustrator Cece Bell's simple art style, combined with David Lasky's bold coloring, are compelling. Both add a lot of depth and emotion to the story. and the graphic novel format provides a quick and engaging read that will pull in even reluctant readers. DEAFO was a Newbery Honor Book in 2015 for one of the best children's books of the year. And at the end of the book, author Cece Bell includes a few pages of information about the deaf community that do a great job of providing some answers to questions that readers may have. A relatable main character with thought-provoking and hopeful story, real emotion and humor, and compelling artwork all combined to make DEAFO a great discussion starter for middle grade readers. Number 3, George by Alex Gino. George knows she's a girl. She's known it for as long as she can remember, but the world sees her as a boy. She tries to fit in at school, but without much success. And crying in class when her teacher reads Charlotte the Spider's death scene at the end of Charlotte's Web just gets her made fun of even more. She feels confused and alone, believing she can't tell her mother, her brother, or even her best friend about who she really is. When her class puts on a play of Charlotte's Web, George desperately wants to play Charlotte, but only girls are allowed to audition for that part. With the help of her best friend, George comes up with a plan that just might show everyone around her that true identity comes from within. This is a story whose time has more than come. While we still have a long way to go, as a society, we've come a long way in our understanding and acceptance of the value and the worth of people of different races and of different sexual orientations. We've made less progress when it comes to people with non-traditional gender identities. This is reality. Real kids struggle with this issue in a very real way. They need to see that they're not alone. And cisgender people need to hear the stories of transgender people to foster understanding and empathy. With George, Alex Gino paints a powerful, relatable, intimate portrait of a transgender girl who comes to understand herself and find her own voice. The story is honest, engaging, and hopeful. I read it in one sitting, both because of its brevity and its power. This book shines an important light on an important topic in an easily digestible way. George received numerous starred reviews and awards, including being chosen as a Best Book of the Year by School Library Journal, Kirkus Reviews, and Booklist. At the end of the book, author Alex Gino provides a frank question and answer section about being transgender, with helpful suggestions for how cisgender people can support and understand the transgender people in their lives. They also provide additional resources for information and support. An authentic and accessible story on an important topic that's a quick and entertaining read make George a great discussion starter book, not just for middle grade readers, but for readers of all ages. Below, and even share it with a friend. Look. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts or your recommendations of great discussion starter middle grade books in the comments section. And if you like this video, it would really help me out if you click like, subscribe, notification button, even share it with a friend. I post videos regularly on book recommendations, writing advice, and personal development. Until next time, read well.